Have you ever thought that the Squid Game series, which captured the hearts of millions of people around the world, is not just a fictional story? The truth is that it has many aspects inspired by real history and real events. In this video, we will discover how this series reflects the history of South Korea in its finest details. Let's start with the games themselves. Perhaps the first game that came to your mind is Squid Game. This is a popular game that was widespread in South Korea during the 70s and 80s. Children used to play it in the streets and schools, and it is part of the childhood of an entire generation. The series not only brought life to the games, but it also reveals how simple life was at that time. But Squid Game is not just a rerun of old games. The basic story is about debt, poverty, and despair. This is a direct reflection of the economic crisis that struck South Korea in the 1990s, known as the Asian financial crisis. Thousands of people lost their jobs and property, and their lives turned into everyday struggle. Every character in the series represents a side of this struggle, whether it is a miserable player like Ji-hoon who is drowning in debt, or rich officials who exploit the poor as pawns in a game of death. The system that controls the game is in fact a reflection of many oppressive political systems that South Korea saw, especially during the period of military rule in the 1960s and 1970s. The uniforms, strict orders, and even masks are all symbols of the control and oppression that people experienced at that time. The series cleverly hints that the poor in any authoritarian regime, they are always the victim. On the other hand, the Squid Game is a clear example of South Korea's soft power. The series not only expresses the country's culture, but it also shows the world the beauty of Korean drama and its ability to raise profound topics that touch people everywhere. Since the early millennium, Korea has been using art and drama as a tool to build a positive global image, and this series is the culmination of a long journey of success. In the end, Squid Game is not just a series, but a mirror of South Korea's history, both good and bad. Childhood games, economic crises, and political symbols are all present here, but wrapped in an interesting story that no one can forget. The question we have to think about is does this series make us understand reality more? Share your opinion with us in the comments.